Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do this now. I've been waiting to make this video for a pretty long time, and I'm gonna do it. So, I got some opinions. Maybe they're not valid, but here are my opinions. They're not affiliated with any company. I'm not saying what you should or should not do with a mask. Um, I'm a parent and an English teacher living in Japan, and none of this is based on any political side because I know people like to take sides and just say like, oh, the mask is that or mask is this. And I'm not saying what you should do with your body or what you do with your children's body. I'm saying what I want, what I feel that is right for my children's body and how I feel about my own body, okay? This is my own personal opinion, and I made it through my experience as an English teacher in Japan in a hotter region. And also, I have children that have been wearing a mask and have not been wearing a mask. And I want to just talk about the differences between that. And I just want to clear some stuff. This is my own opinion, and this has nothing to do with any affiliation with me. Okay, here we go. Um, why I think it's bad for children to wear a mask. Okay. Um, Especially in elementary schools, you know, these kids are not using these masks properly. And neither are the teachers. The teachers are not using them properly. It's more of a show. After they use them in the morning, and then when they eat their lunch or go out to play, they put on the same mask. So I mean, it has no meaning in the end. Like I said, it's a show. I mean, for example, when you sneeze into a tissue, would you take that tissue and put it all over your face all day? No, you wouldn't do that. It's disgusting. So the kids are constantly fiddling with the mask. They're trying to get some breath because it's very hot. It's very hot. And I mean, I've talked to my children in my classes, and my kids at home. They say, yeah, it's hot, and they don't like the mask. They don't like the mask, and they can't breathe. Okay, and oxygen is required for you to make some processes happen. Okay, your kids need oxygen for their brains to work, and me too. I've been using the mask too because I'm being required to. And the reason whenever I say why do we have to wear this mask, even though that in the prefecture that I work at, there hasn't been a case of coronavirus in over 2 months, but they still require us to wear the mask, even though there hasn't been a case of coronavirus for a very long time. Anyway, I digress. So I'm talking about the children. The children constantly fiddle with a mask. It's hot in Japan, and I don't think it's very good for the children. Uh, citing the low death rate of children with the coronavirus, it's completely useless. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm an English teacher. I can't see the kids' faces, and they need to see the way my mouth moves and the way I pronounce things with my mouth, and I need to hear the kids and see that their pronunciation is right. So that's kind of like a personal thing, but yeah, that's that part. I can't see their face, and it's very important as a person that's working in the communication business with children. I need to see their face. They can't read the teachers' faces. Okay, so I've done classes with the mask, without the mask, and I will tell you it's a whole different world. Without the mask, you can see like 100% of their faces. Very, very big different expression, you know? You can see how they feel, you can see their smiles and everything. But with the mask on, it makes a really strange atmosphere that, the kids look uneasy. They're not sure what the teacher is trying to communicate, even if it's in their own language. Um, they need to see, and I'm saying this for elementary schools as well. I mean, right here in Japan right now, what they're doing to all the kids is they're making them all wear a mask while they're in the classroom. And the teacher's wearing the mask. All the other students are wearing the mask. They all say they're hot. They're all not feeling good. But the kids are not going to say that because they're afraid to break the rules here. They don't want to break the rules. They like you know uh following the rules. It's like the big thing here. So they can't see the teacher's face. Um, so how's the kid going to really understand what the teacher's feeling and what other students are feeling? I mean, when you put a mask on, I don't have a mask right now, but here, look. See, you only see my eyes right here. You're reducing about 70% to 80% of the emotions that are in my face. This is a huge part of communication, okay? It should be happening, okay? And I'll get along why I think the reason why I don't think children should be wearing a mask, at least where I'm living, Japan, in the heat, and the statistics a bit later. Anyway, let's move on. But children don't mind. The children don't mind. Children don't mind. Like I said, children just like to follow the rules. They listen to the teachers. Um, if if you said to the kids, "Oh yeah, you could take off the mask if you like," but they'll be scared to because they're looking around, see all the other kids wearing the mask. They want to do what everyone else is doing, and they're also afraid of the teacher saying like, "Where's your mask? Where's your mask?" I don't know. I feel like it's a nightmare situation. And then the teacher does say to some of the kids, like, oh, if you do feel ill, if you don't feel good, you're talking about 6-year-olds, 6, 7, 8-year-olds. If you feel ill, then take the mask off. Now, if a kid's looking around and seeing everyone's putting their mask out, has their mask on, they might be um, uncomfortable trying to take it off, even though they're not feeling good, even though the heat situation. Um, I'm talking about mostly Japanese kids. I don't know about American kids, or I think maybe they would just take it off and say, "Screw you, teacher." But at least for here, it I don't think it's something that a Japanese child can just be like, "I'm taking this off. Screw you, teacher." It's not. Okay, so um, for me, and I'm relating this to the children too, because from my experience of wearing the mask, I feel like this is what the kids are experiencing too. But of course, they're not able to say it because they're children, right? They just like to follow the rules. So I wear the mask all day. It's disgusting. There's spit all over it. It's gross. My throat hurts, and after a while, if I wear it for long enough, I get a headache. Um, and like I said before, the whole reason to use the mask is stop the spread of COVID-19. But on top of that, um, nobody's using the mask properly. So why are you having the children put the mask on, but then the teachers take the mask off, put it back on, put it off, put it on. You're doing this, you're touching your face, you're also touching other things. You're just spreading around more bacteria anyway, so I don't even see the point of it. And then after recess, after lunch, the children take the same mask, and they put it back on their face. It's disgusting. I mean, even the WHO says like when you use your mask, after you're finished, you take it off, you wash your hands, and then you put on a new mask. You can go put on the same disgusting mask that you used before. That's disgusting. So it's more like a virtual single and trying to make sure they're like, oh, it's okay. we care about you and we're trying to do the right thing. No, it's just terrible what they're doing to people here. So, um, there's no logic on it. There's no actual logic to behind it. Um, if and I'm going to talk about this right now. Where let's switch over here. Go. Huh? Hold on. Here we go. Where is my browsers? Where's why didn't they show up? Hold on. All right, I see. Hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to explain some stuff. So if you look at the chart to the right across my face, here we go. So we got all of Japan, beautiful Japan. I love Japan. I love living here. Don't get me wrong. This is not some like foreigner versus Japanese thing. I live in the lower regions of Japan and Kyushu. So what we got? Nothing. We barely any disease here. Um, at the most, probably like 20 people died. All elderly people died in the area, in this whole area. Uh, and for the past 2 months, there's been no cases. Okay, so there you go. There's 900 people. Let's take a look. All right. Anyway, so yeah, okay here. Yeah, this is what I want to look at. Okay, here's what I want to look at. 80 people over 80. I mean, they're on their way, and I'm sorry, you're on your way out anyway. And if you really wanted to take care of yourself, most of these people probably have some sort of uh, disease on the main front anyway. And we got, you see, 14 people died. I'm sorry, 300 people died. There is 1,700 people that got the virus. So, I mean, wow, that is like pretty high for 80-year-olds. But in any case, people in their 80s most likely going to die if they catch a cold or a flu anyway. Sorry to say, that's what happens when you catch a disease. Then you got 70s, okay? 70s, yeah, it's going a little bit lower. 60s, 50s, 40s. And this is why I'm saying children should not be wearing these masks. 30s. Okay, we got 4 deaths in 30s. Probably those 4 people that died in Japan had some pre-existing diseases. I can't prove it, but 20, 0, 10, 0. Okay, so that's that. Why are we putting masks on these children? We're not protecting the children, okay? It's just ridiculous. You're just harming them. You're giving them lack of oxygen, and you're you're really damaging them psychologically. Like I said before, you cover the face. You can't see the teacher's face. They can't see their friend's face. Nobody really knows what they're thinking. It's weird. And then if the teacher says to them, "Oh, if you feel bad, you could take the mask off." But they look around the room, nobody's willing to take the mask off, so they keep it on even though they feel bad. That's what's going on. So I talked to people and they said, "Oh, we gotta wait till we have a statement from the government. Let's wait till we have a statement for the government, and then we'll take the mask off." Government's not gonna say anything. Government like the government actually cares? Like bureaucracy are gonna like figure it out? No, it's all bullshit. So I mean, this is gonna go on forever until we're gonna get massive amounts of people passing out from heat stroke. And I'm trying to avoid this, but nobody's listening. All right. So here we go to the next thing. Okay, we got the graph behind on underneath me. These are the names of prefectures underneath me that uh have the amount of people that actually got the coronavirus. Well, there's a big one, Fukuoka, 800, 800 out of a population, out of a couple million, not much. And now those 830 people died, mostly elderly, unfortunately. That's what happens. Okay, and then if you go down further, 1, 3, 1, 0, 0. And Okinawa, which is not where I even live. So get rid of that. So here we go. In Kyushu, the island of Kyushu, which is the one island, top right, this one right here, this island, basically the coronavirus does not exist. There has not been a new case in any of these prefectures, except for Kyushu. Kyushu, there was one recently, but it fizzled out. So, it's, I mean, come on, look at the numbers. 4 people, 3 people, 30 people in a population of like what? Okay, 30 people. All right, well, let's check it out. Okay, Fukuoka population. Here we go. Greater Fukuoka. Can we just get population real quick? All right, it's not really helping. Okay, here we go. Population 20. Okay, 5 million people live in Fukuoka. Okay, 5 million, 5.5 million. 30 people? 30 people, and you're forcing all the children to wear a mask in elementary school, junior high school, and high school, even though that those 30 people were probably in their 80s, 70s, and already had some disorders already, unhealthy bodies. And then on top of that, out of 5.5 million people, only 800 actually got the virus, according to this information. It's just ridiculous. Why are you forcing these children to wear the mask every day? They can't breathe. They can't get enough. It's hot. They can't see their teacher's face. They can't see everyone else's face. You're really hurting these kids. This is child abuse, okay? I mean, I will be the first one to say when this COVID-19 thing first started happening, I was freaking out. I was freaking out. Honestly, I was freaked out. I was like, "Oh my God, we got to shut down the schools." Like before they happened any lockdown, I was saying to the work, I was like, "We're gonna have to shut down schools. We're gonna have to put on masks. It's really crazy, crazy." But now that we have this information at this point, what are we doing to these kids? And it's really we're getting into June, July. It's very hot here. Shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be doing this. But we gotta wait for a statement from the government. Are you kidding me? They're not gonna say anything? Oh my god. It's driving me insane. That's why I had to make this video. Okay, now I would like to take you to the chart. Yeah, not this way. That one on the bottom right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we see right here, confirmed cases 1,700. Okay, recovered, mostly recovered 15, I'm sorry, 15,000, 17,000, 15,000. Most recovered. That's pretty good, okay? Deaths, 920. And then before I was going through the statistics of all the deaths, mostly people in their 80s, mostly 80. Okay, so we got 300 there, 175 there, 60 there. I mean, like these charts don't even match up. I mean, that's not even 900 deaths. So, I mean, come on, like the numbers are not even matching up on each website. So 4, 4 plus 9 plus 19, that's what, like 30, 100, 100, 270. That's not even 900. So who knows? Okay, it says 900 on one website and about 500 on another website. Out of a population of 120 million people, okay? And we gotta force everyone to wear a mask. Okay, it's do you see what I'm saying? How ridiculous this is? No, but we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. Look at these curves. Look at these curves. Look at the bottom. Look at the curve. You see the curves? Curves are down. Curves are down. And now, what I really want you to check it out. Okay, what I really want you to see is this active. Active. Only 1,000 people actively in Japan. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, 1,000 people actively in Japan actually have the coronavirus. Minus 41 just recently. 9% are critical condition. Well, I hope they make it through. Okay. But, like I said before, those people are are old people on their way out with conditions. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's not the children. Stop putting fucking mask on them. Okay? They don't need a mask. Let people decide for themselves. Let the parents decide for themselves. Stop forcing kids to wear a mask. Stop waiting for the government to decide what to do for your own health. Come on. It's just ridiculous, okay? Yeah, okay. Well, I think I basically said what I wanted to say there. And people, yeah. So there's been no case. Okay, that number 60. Just to review. 60. Yeah, 60 here. Okay. 48 here. 48 here. 17 here. 47 here. That number. These numbers as deaths, maybe one or two people have died over the last 2 months, but basically, at least where I live, nobody has died or actually contracted the virus. On my part of island for 2 months. Why are we forcing the children to wear masks? Why can't the children see the teachers' faces? Why? Okay? Does not make sense, okay? So yeah, like I said before, all the children that I worked with, when I also I want to say this, when I had the kids decide, if like I said, like, hey, to these kids, wear the mask if you want to, but if you don't want to wear a mask, take it off. They took it off right away, and they were very happy. And the last lesson I taught them a week ago compared to the week lesson I taught them this time, they were smiling, happy, laughing, enjoying, because you can see each other's faces. The communication is so much easier. If you just cover your face all the time, it's really difficult to communicate. You don't, only with your eyes is not a way to communicate. I mean, there's so many muscles around your face here that add to like your ability to communicate. And the mask is just, like I said before, if there was a serious virus like we thought there was going to be, killing so many people. Okay, here's another thing. I don't know if I can look this up, but okay, I'll just say it. I'll just say it. You can look this up yourself, figure it out yourself. More people died from influenza last year, or and even this year, Like about 4,000 people die from influenza every year in Japan. Only 900 died from COVID-19. More people die from car accidents than COVID-19. I mean, that's just two more statistics to think about. Do we stop driving cars? No. Do we cover our faces before? Like, are we supposed to cover our faces all forever? And that's my concern. Yes, people got the flu before, and we all got the flu before, but I don't want to live like this. And in the end, I'm also worried. This is where the conspiracy stuff comes in. But you know, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that. It's never gonna happen." Okay, I have to wear a mask to teach my children English. Come on, teachers at schools, elementary schools, uh they have to teach with a mask on, and the children all have to put a mask on. And I wonder if they're gonna make it a deal in the future. Is like, oh, well, if you don't want to wear the mask, then you have to get the vaccine. If you have the vaccine, you don't have to wear the mask anymore. I don't want a vaccine. I don't want any crap in my body from any of this stuff, okay? I don't want to put any new experimental vaccine in my children or me to be required to work. And I don't want to wear a mask unless you can logically explain to me in the area that I live that we need to wear a mask in the summertime in the heat because there's a very ravaged virus going around, which there is not where I am. If that's the case, I would say, yeah, let's wear a mask. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's wear a mask. We got to be careful of this virus. But there's not. There's not. Okay. Um, I mean, and then I've been talking to one of my students who's a brain surgeon, and he says, "Yeah, this is ridiculous. People should not be wearing masks." I see people driving around with masks. You don't drive around with a mask. I see people running with a mask. I just told my student today. He's like, "Oh, I'm hot. I'm hot." I'm like, "Why are you hot?" Well, he has a mask on. "Oh, I'm hot because I I rode my bicycle here." I asked him, "Did you wear your mask?" "Yeah, I wear my mask when I ride my bicycle." I'm like, "Don't do that. That's stupid. That's the worst thing you could do. You should never exercise with a mask on." And most doctors will tell you that. I mean, the original reason for a mask was so when doctors do surgery on patients, they don't like spit inside their bodily fluids and get their shit infected, okay? That's not Masks are not made. That's the original reason why they made them. It's not made for, you know, my social distancing or, the crap they're going for around now. And you know what? I'll tell you one other thing. I went to the local supermarket here, boxes and boxes and boxes of masks. So I really don't think the government's going to say stop wearing masks because there's a lot of companies that just invested in all these masks and they're just not going to get rid of them unless they tell people that they need the mask. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. So this is my feeling on the mask, and not sure if I got everything the way I want to say it, but if you have your own opinion, go ahead, write it in the comments. But just remember one thing. I mean, like every other part of the Earth is different. Some areas, maybe they really do need a mask, but I mean, children in the hot summer, if avoidable, I don't think they need a mask. They shouldn't be wearing a mask. And I really hope people give this more thought. And that's all. Hi. Have a nice night.